Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Intuitive Energy Forecast for April 22nd, 2022. I'm Arlene Grace, an intuitive energy coach, master numerologist, and channel. So I was tuning into today's energy, and we've got this running theme. Yesterday, we began with the King of Clubs, and there was this invitation to land into, to anchor into the higher mind, to notice where our brain personality or ego was really leading our life, right? And as we move through the rest of the month, we're going to be moving from the King of Diamonds to the Queen of Diamonds to the Jack of Diamonds, or Jack of Clubs, my apologies, King of Clubs, Queen of Clubs, Jack of Clubs, and so on until we shift into May. And so imagine that every energy is here to show you more and more and more so you can really come into the mastery of that energy, the anchoring into higher mind. And so today's energy is brought to you by the Queen of Clubs and the Five. And when I think about the Queen of Clubs, obviously it's that royalty energy, it's that that queen, the authority, it's this energy of being in the higher mind, meaning coming into, she has this beautiful within her, she already knows and understands universal laws. She already has come into this place of understanding and being receptive to the higher mind. And yet there's this pattern that is showing through, because on the lower perception of being a Queen of Clubs, she would prefer to have money rather than love, because she's been burned a couple of times. She would rather enforce her authority on lower perception from a place of judgment versus discernment, judging those that are maybe dumb, stupid, lazy, judging them for their lack of intelligence or what she judges that to be. She will trespass upon others. And so she will tell them what to do, how to change, how to be, what they need to know in order to shift without being invited to do so. And in that, because we've all done it, right? We've all gone and said, hey, you should have done that, or you could have done that, why wouldn't you do this? That's actually trespassing when it's unwarranted, when it's not invited, which means we are really crossing these boundaries, telling people information, giving them a direction when it wasn't invited, when they might not have been ready, when they might not have been ready emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And so noticing these patterns. Now, as I was tuning into this energy, it's with the Five, and the Five is, for me, it's freedom. It's this feeling of freedom and discovery, the discovery that freedom is from within, not outside of ourselves. If you've been watching me for some time, I'm always inviting you to come in first, that everything comes from within: love, trust, intuition, knowledge, wisdom, freedom, safety, wealth. All of it is from here first. And then we get to experience it in our physical world, which is why we say, as within, so without, as above, so below. Because what I feel and what I think is what I will experience in my physical experience with the material world, with others, right? And so in this invitation to come in, and with this energy of the Five is that there's the wisdom, there is something within you that is going to come out and shape itself so that you can see it, and so that you can decide, so that you can shift it, so that you can pivot, right? So that you could discover the freedom within you. And as I was feeling into this energy, many times music comes in and I start to sing a song. And today's song was Maroon 5, and it was the song She Will Be Loved, right? And looking at the lyrics, they were, I don't mind spending every day out on the corner in the pouring rain. Look for the girl with the broken smile. Ask her if she wants to stay a while, and she will be loved. Beautiful lyrics, right? And then it took me to, all of the fairy tales except for Three Little Pigs. And all of the fairy tales of the, the woman, the girl being saved by a prince, either by kiss or by, I don't even know. Usually it's by kiss, right? Glass slipper. And always being saved. And this woman, coming from dire straits, and then suddenly through this journey becomes queen, gracious, kind, loving, and has all of the wealth and the man too, right? And as I was thinking about that, it was like, oh, wow, obviously we've all been conditioned to this. We see that in the songs that are written. We see that in movies. We see that in the fairy tales. And I was like, me being a woman, of course, having that perception of, I did want to be saved. I did want to have all the money. I did want all of those things. I did want to feel that energy. It was romantic, right? But then it really took me to the other side of that. And from a man's perspective, well, who wrote all of those stories? Who were the authors? Well, men. Men wanted to save the women. Men wanted to be masculine, whatever. They wanted to be that person to save another and to have them fall in love with them for it, right? Another prescription. And then it took me to, I was on social media and I quickly was just scrolling, and it took me to this clip, and it was a clip of Impact Theory and Lewis Howes. And it was fascinating because the clip, he was like saying all of this stuff about, they say that love is the answer. And I'm paraphrasing, but love isn't the answer. Love isn't the answer to everything. I've tried that. That doesn't work. To love someone so much doesn't work in relationship. And of course, the person on Impact Theory, he's like, amen to that. And I thought, oh, wow. Like, isn't that fascinating? 3 places to show me all of these, these, I want to say derelicts, but I don't know what that word means. And so all of these prescriptions, all of these ideas about what love is, about how we are to attain that, that goal of being a queen or a princess, or having authority over the land, the family, the things, right? And how we get there through this pain and tribulation and, surrendering to another person saving us. And there's this distortion that's rising up. And the distortion is that of love. This idea that, love, that it must persevere, but the idea that it must persevere, and so we must stay together and connected with another person, that we must stay in a relationship even if it's bad, that we must stay in a relationship even if we don't love, that we must stay in a relationship because society told us so, right? And you can see that that's shifting, of course. And that, what else did I write? That it hurts, that love hurts. Love doesn't hurt, actually. Love is gentle, love is wise, love is gracious. It's our mind, our personality, that connects these ideas of what love is, right? And that love, it takes away people from our lives, that love is the reason, right? Oh, he loves someone else and that's why he left me. Distortion. Because really and truly, what if love was the answer? What if it was the answer? What if love was simple? That our personality minds, that our egos, that all of these stories that have been written, all of these beautiful songs and all of these ideas have created complication about love and about higher mind, because they are connected. That many of us have followed that prescription, the idea, the steps to get to that prince, or the queen or the princess, that many of us have continued to follow this pattern because it's interweaved throughout the entire planet. I don't think there's any child, well, actually, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, I don't think that there's any child that hasn't seen a Disney movie or hasn't, been read a fairy tale, hasn't studied it in school. And so in this, what if love was a feeling? Begin there. What if love was a feeling that flows through your body? What if love was energy? And this energy, it begins here. Actually, it begins here. It's always available. And so this energy of love is flowing, and all you have to do is call it in. What does love feel like? What does it feel like in my body? I'm going to invite you to do that now. What does love feel like in my body? Where does it begin? And as I feel love flowing through my body, can I actually notice that all I have to do is call it in, and that it is available, that it is always flowing? And as I move this energy of love flowing through my body, it begins to move into all of the spaces in my body. And as it moves into all of the spaces in my body, I might realize there's some tightness in my back. Maybe there's some emotions that start to rise up as I start to fill my body with love. Love that is always available, always flowing, is energy. Now notice as this energy is flowing through that the brain isn't connected to making a story. It's not connected to outside of us. It may be. But as this energy of love is flowing through the body, there isn't these snapshots of, past relationships that didn't work out, or all of these things. That love is simply flowing through its energy. And so love does persevere because it's always available. That love, it just continues to expand. It's actually the same energy as abundance. It just makes more and more and more. And so the more you feel it, the more it begins to expand through your body, moving out your body, filling your morphogenic field, which is 9 feet. You're more than your body. You have energy that is being emitted that can move up to and beyond 9 feet. And so filling that space with love as you continue to feel it. And so this energy begins to direct you. Because in this place, you get to now see the patterns of where you were going outside of yourself for it. Where, yes, when I love myself, when I become aware of loving myself, because this is self-love. And this self-love can inspire me to go to the salon for some self-care. That this feeling of love that's flowing through me can inspire going out for a walk, going to the gym, doing these things, which now is inspired self-care, right? Versus a check off the box or off the list. And so this energy of love that's flowing through me, if it actually directs me and I'm with a partner and I'm noticing that this love isn't being mirrored back from my partner, it does not mean that love is not there. It simply means that it's no longer being mirrored. And so love directs me to have a conversation. Hey, I notice a shift. I'm noticing that you may not be choosing me every day. Let's have a conversation about that. Because in that energy of love, in that energy of self-love, that energy of love may expand Because in you choosing you and you taking love higher, it may mean that this relationship is terminated because love prevails, right? And so noticing these patterns. Now, in this energy of love, the Queen of Clubs, like she would rather not have this relationship. She would rather move away from commitment. She might have gotten married and it didn't work out. And it was like really, I don't know, didn't work out. And so instead she moved her path onto money because there was this discovery that maybe money brought her freedom. And your invitation today in this energy, if this energy, because it's a displacement energy, it's allowing for you to see how you're living your life. And so if you are toggling between love and money, love and money, love and money, well, why can't you have both? Why can't you play with the possibility and call them both in? That one doesn't equal not having the other, that you can have everything you want. All of it. And that in this feeling of love, and as you start to release this distortion of what love actually is, well, now that personality mind, that personality brain, your ego, it might get louder, right? And so we're calling in our higher mind, because our higher mind is not going to give us the answer. It's not going to direct us and say, hey, you got to do this, 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 this. If you are solving a problem, if you are looking for your how, well, it's because your ego mind is telling you what to do and you're allowing it to direct you. But your higher self, your guides, it's not solving a problem. It's giving you what's next. And sometimes that what's next isn't going to make sense. Sometimes the what's next is go for a walk or go take a nap or, just be. And in that just being, you might get an epiphany, you might get an idea, something else will drop in. Your invitation today is to play with your intuition, to be curious. Have you ever asked a question where, oh, I'm curious about how, I don't know, how I'm going to receive this answer. I'm curious about how I'm going to receive this answer. I have a question. I'm really curious about how I'm going to receive the answer because I'm not going to look in my books. Curious. And then suddenly I'm directed to either a song starts playing and I get the answer, or I'm actually directed to a book and I open up the page and there's the answer. Or for some reason I turn on YouTube and the first video is my answer. And so here is your invitation to play with your higher mind and allow it to be with you. And that's just one way. To notice where you are in the brain trying to solve a problem, where you are creating problem, because what if there were no problems? And then notice the patterns as they rise up today, because your awareness of the pattern can shift it. Oh, I see what I'm doing there. Oh, I see where I'm trying to be saved. Oh, I see where I'm trying to rescue. Oh, I see where I'm actually trespassing. Because when I trespass, people leave me. People don't want to be my friend anymore. Or people latch on, become codependent. And then I'm just trying to brush them off, right? So today's a beautiful energy. There's this beautiful energy of graciousness that's available. Graciousness, gratitude, love. And this energy of that will help to guide and lead you through your day as you take notice. Because once you become aware, it's no longer unconscious. Once you become aware, you're no longer under the hypnosis. And so notice. Notice when you're trying to solve a problem for your fairy tale ending. Right? Beautiful. Questions, comments, please feel free to share and I will be happy to respond. Wishing you the most amazing weekend. If you are curious about diving into more about the Queen of Clubs, I am hosting Freedom Fridays in Numerology Junkies, where we will be timeline shifting the daily contract. So I'm going to invite you to check out the link to come to the event. It will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Beautiful. Wishing you all the most amazing day. I'll see you in all the spaces. Bye for now.